Ito yung ibigay ko na dati ito ay binibigay ko dati kay Jasper. Ay meron na daw siya. Ay, hindi ko sure kung ito. Nakita niyo itong screen ko?
Opo, sir.
Nakikita ninyo ito. O yan. Ito ang sabi niya, merong isang slot. No? I-email ninyo ito, i-screenshot nyo. Ito yung mismong company. Ito. Inter-Pacific Outsourced Dimension Services. Ito ay sa Binyan, Laguna. Kung talagang baka pwede kayong maano doon. Pakicheck lang sa OJT office kung ito ay may MOA tayo. Nakuha nyo?
Yes po, sir.
Kasi sayang din yung slot. Okay? And then, ito yon. Ito yung kanyang email address. Mitzi@erindomingo. No? Sabi dito, they can send their resume endorsement letter to the following. Baka sakali malay nyo kayo ay matanggap. Kasi ang ano ko dito ay ito muna ha. Reminder. Dapat kung kayo ay nagsimula ng OJT sa company, kung ano yung naka-reflect na official effective date of start doon sa master list, dapat yun ang mag-a-appear sa inyong certificate of completion. Hindi pwedeng kayo ay nagsimula pero wala ang dokumento. Make sure na kung kayo ay nagsisimula, you have your MOA doon sa company. Meron tayong insurance and you have accomplished all the documentary requirements. Particularly yung internship agreement na it should be notarized, yung parents consent agreement, yun ay notarized din. At make sure na kayo ay nakapag-submit ng inyong envelope sa akin. Huwag kayong magsimula nang hindi kayo nagsasubmit. Kasi later, pacheck ko kay Justin yung section ninyo at titingnan ang laman ng envelope kung kompleto ang laman, kung tama ang dokumento. Kung ako may ma-discover ng mga kulang-kulang, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-OJT. How about you, Kyle Miguel? Ano ba ang nangyari na sa iyo? Saan ka nag-OJT? Ikaw ba ay natuloy doon sa iyong mother na office?
Inaantay pa po, pero sa Calamba po yun.
Ha?
Inaantay pa po yung MOA.
O kaya nga, ay yung inireflect sa sa ating master list. Ikaw pala hindi pa Ibig sabihin, wala ka pa, hindi ka pa nagsisimula.
Opo, inaayos pa po yung MOA.
Ay siya, tatanggalin mo Justin ito. Ito ba isa sa 4? Justin? Itong si Kyle Miguel? Ha? Naka-mute. Isa ba ikaw sa 4 na wala pang company, Kyle Miguel?
Hindi po.
Hindi po. May company po siya.
Hindi mo, ha?
May company po siya.
May company pero anong company ang in-reflect mo ito? Yung pinag-a-applyan mo? Ha? Utoy. Kyle Miguel, ano ang in-reflect mo doon sa master list? Kung nag-iintay ka pa ng MOA.
Yung pong nasa Calamba.
Ay kaya nga, hindi ka pa naman tanggap doon eh. Huwag kayong maglalagay doon sa company, doon sa master list natin ng company na hindi pa kayo officially accepted. No? Nakakalito yun. Yung sinabi lamang na, okay, nag-a-apply doon, pero nilagay mo na yung company, pero pwedeng hindi ka pa ma-accept doon, Utoy. Tatanggalin mo ito, Justin, ha? Remind ko, ang lahat ng inyong dinideclare na company, dapat kayo ay officially accepted na ng company. Kung kayo'y nag-a-apply pa, kung kayo'y nagpa-process pa, wag ninyong ilagay doon. Dahil yan ay i-report ko sa OJT office, ang assumption dyan, pag inilagay na ninyo yung company niyo ay di kayo ay nagsisimula na at kayo accepted na. If in case na hindi kayo na-accept dyan, magkaka-problem kayo sa record ninyo. Hindi nyo pwedeng sasabihin na in the middle ng semester, sir, ay ako po pala hindi natanggap dun sa company na aking inilagay dun sa master list. Ako po ay nagpapalit ngayon. Hindi pwede ha. Uulitin ko. Siguraduhin ninyo na yung inyong mga dineclare na name ng company ay kayo ay accommodated na or accepted na. Meron na kayong acceptance form. Pag wala pa at nag-a-apply pa, wala kayong dapat ilagay doon. Naintindihan mo, Kyle Miguel? Nag-aayos ka pa pala ng MOA, nilagay mo na agad na ikaw ay accepted na doon. What if hindi ka ma-accept doon? Anong gagawin mo? Ito'y inuulit ko uli. Pag kayo naglagay ng company, dapat kayo officially accepted na. At dapat ay immediately magsisimula kayo once you have completed and submitted all the documentary requirements. Kasi yan ang magre-reflect sa inyong certificate. Hindi ka kayo may effective date of start. Kumbaga doon sa yan ang makikita ko dapat sa inyong certificate. Halimbawa, naglagay ka ng September 5, 2023. No? Pero ikaw pala naman ay nagsimula noong pang-unang panahon. Hindi ka pa pala naman nakakapag-submit, nagsisimula ka na, hindi yun maka-credit ha. Kung ano yung nakalagay dun sa inyo, talaga kayo, kung kailan kayo pinag-start ng company officially, yun ang ilalagay ninyo na dapat ay nagmamatch sa dokumento. Meron kasi nagsasubmit ng document. Kumbaga, nagsasubmit ngayon, pero nagsimula na nung 2 linggo na. Mali yun. Hindi ko yun i-credit ha. Sa training plan ninyo, kung ano yung nakalagay doong official start ninyo, yun din ang dapat mag-reflect sa certificate. Pag yan may discrepancy sa inyong mga certificate at the end of the semester, hindi ko yan i-credit sa inyo. Magaling nagkakaintindihan ha. Ayaw kung tayo magka-problema. Ito ay nire-remind ko sa inyo from time to time. Kaya I'm getting your time dito sa ating na kayo ay i-remind. Yung mga nag-declare ng mga company na hindi pa naman officially accepted, wag niyong i-declare kasi yan isasubmit immediately sa OJT office. Pag nilagay ninyo doon ang assumptions doon, you are officially accepted and you are started already with your OJT. That is misleading. Kakaintindihan ha. Mga mamaya tayo kagulo sa sa certificate. And then yung mga hindi pa nagsasubmit ng mga documents, ng envelope, list of documents, paki-submit immediately. No? Kasi i-check ko na yan at aking ipapile na yan. Sige. We are done with the on-the-job training. So we will proceed with our lecture for today. No? So we will, last meeting, we are done with the identification of the number of units or selection of the number of units, the operating schedules, the sizes. No, take note that if you are going to take a look on the number of generating units, no, sabi nga natin dapat masatisfy natin yung maximum demand. Usually we are assigning the number of the sizes of the generating units, no, based on the standard sizes, no, provided by manufacturers. Okay, now we will be discussing the economics, no, economics of power plant, no. Okay. power plant economics. No, we are done with the variable load analysis. No, if you are going to recall in our previous discussion under variable load problem, no, we discuss and apply the different terms and factors used for power plant system. Okay. Again, we have the load factor, okay, the utility factor, the plant operating factor. Of course, very important yung plant capacity factor. Okay. So usually in determining the plant capacity, okay, of your proposed design ng power plant, we are considering the plant capacity factor and the maximum, no, the maximum demand. Okay. So in this case, you are going to consider the plant capacity. Okay. Likewise, we need to know yung ating maximum demand such that kung ikaw ay mag establish ng plant capacity, may kukuha natin yung reserve capacity natin. Okay? So yung reserve capacity is a function of your plant capacity minus your maximum demand. Okay? And then we consider also the demand factor, which is always less than 1. Likewise, the diversity factor, which is the reciprocal of the demand factor, which is always greater than 1. Okay? And then, of course, we have your load curve, the load duration curve that are used. Okay? So dito, we initially discussed this no last time. Ito yung mga cost, okay, doon sa ating pagde-design ng isang power plant, likewise doon sa ating pagde-determine ng ating total project cost, okay? Total project cost, okay, is a function of your capital expenditures and plus your operating expenditures. So ito yung dapat nating malaman, which is of course very important in doing your economic analysis. Dun sa ating capstone design project, no, yung ating chapter 4 is focused on economic analysis or economic study, no? So in the economic analysis, we have to consider some economic assumptions, no? Ano ba yung mga economic assumptions nating dapat na i-consider? Likewise, we have to evaluate some economic indicators, no? So doon sa ating economic assumptions, ano yung mga pwede nating i-assume, no? Let's say yung interest rate, no? Yung ating we have to consider also yung inflation rate, no? So which affect the profitability of your investment. Okay? So ito yung mga pwede natin. Likewise, we have to consider yung salvage value natin, no? Dun sa ating mga equipment. Of course, yung mga depreciation cost. Okay? And then, of course, yung cost ng ating equipment, no? Ito yung mga pwede natin, no? Kasi yung cost of equipment is basically part of the capital expenditures, no? We have to also to consider some cost yung land natin na gagamitin, okay? Yung area ng land where we are going to construct, no, and operate our power plant. Likewise, we have the cost of building. So kailangan natin ito sa capital expenditures, no? Yung mga engineering fees, no? So usually we have to make some assumptions, reasonable assumptions when you are going to compute these things, okay? Also in our economic indicators, no? Ano ba yung mga economic indicators natin that we have to evaluate? First, we have the net present value, okay? So ito yung tinitingnan natin. Positive net present value, no? No, will indicate that there is possible, no, or potential profit for the investment, no? So dapat ang makukompute mong net present value will yield positive value, no? Positive value. No, kung nakakompute ka ng net present value at nakita mo na siya ay negative, no? So ibig sabihin it indicates the non-profitability of your investment. Okay? So dapat magpa-positive siya. Okay? Of course, we have to consider your payback period, no? Payback period, no? So how many years bago mo ma-recover yung iyong investment? Okay? 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or more than 15 years or na payback period. Usually, pag lumalaki yung ating total project cost, no? Nagtatagal yung payback period natin. Yung, 'di ba, nakikita natin in our analysis, no? For the first year of operation, nakikita mo pababa pa, wala ka pa dong nagiging profit. Hanggang sa tumatagal, no? Na a-achieve natin yung break-even point na tinatawag, no? Break-even point. So ito yung ibig sabihin, nasambot mo na yung puhunan mo. After the break-even point, ano mangyayari? You start gaining your profit. No? So yun yung analysis natin. Okay? So after that, we are going to evaluate also your rate of investment. Okay? We can also evaluate your rate of return. Yan. So yan yung mga possible or important economic indicators, no, that we need to compute as part of our economic analysis. Okay? We can also do some sort of sensitivity analysis, no? Ano ba yung sensitivity analysis? Okay? So usually sensitivity analysis is being represented by spider diagram, no? So yung spider diagram natin, it will provide, no, the relationship of our variables, no, that would affect to your profitability. Halimbawa, if you are going to increase your capital expenditures, what would happen to your net present value? No, let's say for example, there is a base case. No, base case. So dito ka magsisimula. Ito yung base case natin. And then you are going to vary your base case. Say for example, increasing 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%. Or if you want to decrease your bill, say for example, your capital expenditures to less than 5%, less than, okay, 10%. So what will happen to your net present value? So yun yung relationship natin. So makikita natin doon na saan ba sensitive yung iyong net present value. Is it on the capital expenditures? Say for example, you have another variable, the operating expenditures. No, if you are going to add 5%, increase by 5%, 10%, 10%, 15%. Also, you decrease by 5%, no? 10%, 15%, 20%. What will happen to your, what would be the effect on your net present value? So you define your base case. No, so ito yung reference natin. And then after that, pag nakuha mo yung base case mo, magbabari ka na. You vary, no? Tataas mo ng 5%, itataas mo ng 10%, 15%, or babawasan mo ng 5%, no, 10%, 15%. So makita mo, ano kaya ang nangyari? No? So doon mo makikita yung ating variables, which variable is considered sensitive, no? Doon sa sa ating net present value, say on the payback period. No, nagbabari ba siya pag tumaas, nagkakaroon ba ng significant effect doon sa value ng net present value natin, no? Or kung nakikita natin na nagbabari siya 5%, 10%, you increase it by 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, still wala namang significant effect doon sa iyong net present value. So pwedeng sabihin mo na the the operating cost, no, is not significant, no, doon sa variation ng iyong net present value. So nagiging robust, no? Kasi yung sensitivity analysis is being defined as an indicator of the robustness of your project. No, makikita mo na kahit magbago ang interest rate, kahit magbago ang inflation rate, still robust yung project mo. Maa-achieve mo pa rin yung iyong desired profitability. Did you get my point? So ganun yung gagawin natin, no? Sa ating economic analysis. So obviously, you are going to define ano ba yung mga components ng mga capital expenditures natin, no? So for example, dito sa ating lecture, okay? Ano yung fixed cost nating sinasabi? So this is basically part of your capital expenditures. Okay? Wait lang. Nagahang ang aking Yan. So ang fixed cost natin, it includes initial cost of the plant, rate of interest, depreciation cost, taxes, and insurance. Kaya ito yung sinasabi ko nga sa inyo that yung ating rate of interest, your depreciation cost, yung ating mga taxes and insurance can be considered as our in the determination of your economic assumptions. No? So pwede kang mag-assume dito, no? Part ng iyong economic assumptions ito. So ang initial cost naman natin, no, shall consider yung land cost. Of course, no, magkano ba yung magiging cost ng ating land where we are going to construct the power plant? Ilang bang square meter, no? Let's say 5,000 square meter to cover everything of your facilities. Siyempre malawak dapat yung iyong lot area, no? Kasi siyempre, it will cover all the facilities needed by the power plant. No, hindi naman pwedeng 100 square meter lang ang iyong lupa na pagtatayo ng isang power plant. Okay? So dapat ay there should be sufficient, no, area where you are going to construct all your power plant facilities. No? Ano ba yung mga power plant facilities nating sinasabi? So, syempre, meron tayong building. Yan. So, iba yung mga building ng equipment. No? May building ng equipment, no? A building, no? Cost, no? Building dedicated for all the equipment. Okay, so then of course, meron tayong building dedicated for offices, no? Yung mga offices natin. Building cost. Okay, so syempre mag-construct kayo ng mga building. Halimbawa, ano bang building? Gaano ba kalaki? Ilang story ba? Halimbawa ay paglalagyan mo ng mga prime movers mo. Say for example, your steam turbine, no? Yung iyong mga heat exchangers, etc. So usually, the building is composed of several floors, or meron kang 3-story or even 4-story building to comprise, no, your equipment. Meron ding mga building which are intended for offices. Meron ding building intended for dun sa mga maintenance and repairs. Okay? So, lahat yan ay meron ding mga building intended for storage, etc., etc. Okay? So yan yung kailangan natin. So mag-a-assume ka uli magkano ba ngayon ang building cost, no, per let's say per square meter, no? So of course you are going to take a look on this. Another is yung equipment, no? Ano yung equipment cost natin, no? Ilang equipment ba ang kailangan mo, no? Ilang equipment ba yung kailangan mo para sa iyong power generating system, no? Let's say for example, you need 3 steam turbine, no? Meron kang steam generator, meron kang condenser. Halimbawa, you need 5 condenser, meron ka pang naka-attach na cooling towers, no? You have got several air compressors, you got several number of pumps, okay? So, napakarami ng mga equipment na kailangan mo to run a power station, no? So meron ka ditong mga equipment, no, na i-define at you are going to determine ano ba yung realistic cost ng isang turbine. If you will be using say 5 steam turbine, meron kang electric generator na naka-attach, so how much would be the cost of its unit, no? So meron kang itemized cost estimate na ipipresent depending on the capacity. Siyempre yung iyong costing, no, yung cost mo nung iyong equipment would depend on the capacity. Siyempre pag maliit yung capacity, mas mababa yung cost. Okay? Pag naman medyo mataas yung capacity, lumalaki rin yung cost. Okay? So marami tayong mga manufacturer's catalog wherein you can determine yung mga prevailing cost ng mga equipment, no? We can search sa Alibaba, etc., no, para tayo ay makakuha ng realistic cost estimates for the equipment, no? So yan ay part ng ating economic analysis or economic study. Hindi pwede na wala kayo niyang cost estimate kasi hindi mo ma-determine yung profitability. No, wala kang mako-compute na economic indicators kung hindi ka magkakaroon ng itemized cost analysis. No? So from the land cost, building cost, equipment cost. So yan yung mga significant in your analysis. Likewise, meron tayong tinatawag na installation cost, no? Siyempre, pagdami ng mga equipment na i-install natin, lumalaki yung installation cost natin. Siyempre, yan ay kasama dun sa halimbawa, may mga contractors na mag-i-install, no, may mga suppliers tayo ng mga equipment. So, part ng inyong babayaran doon, yung installation cost. Of course, meron tayong mga instrumentation and control na i-integrate or i-incorporate, no, doon sa ating setup. Of course, today, ginagamit na natin yung real-time monitoring system. No, nakikita na natin yung nangyayari. Noong unang panahon, ang isang power plant system, no, is being run. Marami tayong mga operators. Sila yung nag-check ng level ng water, sila yung nag-check ng level ng fuel, sila yung nag-check ng temperature, ng pressure, etc., etc. Ngayon, meron na tayong mga distributed control system, the real-time monitoring. So lahat nakikita mo na lang yan sa monitor, nakaprogram na yan doon, nakikita mo na yung actual production ng electricity mo, no, naririto yung consumption ng fuel mo. Let's say for example, how much amount of steam, no, are being used, no, to produce this much of megawatt power output. So nare-record na lang yan. Ang isang control engineer, no, sa isang planta, naroon na lang siya sa control room. Pinapanood lang niya yung monitor, no, hindi na siya pumupunta mismo exactly doon sa mismong site or doon sa mismong equipment para mag-check ng mga operating conditions. Halimbawa, may supply ka ng water na kailangan mo sa iyong cooling tower. So nakikita mo na doon what is the volume flow rate ng water mo. Let's say gallons per minute or cubic meters per second. No? So na-monitor mo na yan. Let's say you need how much feed water ang sinusupply mo doon sa iyong steam generator producing this much of your steam. At nakikita mo na rin kung ano yung condition ng steam na napuproduce mo in terms of temperature, in terms of pressure, no? So, and then titingnan mo na rin how much would be the amount of steam being supplied to your steam generator, the steam turbine, no? At magkano ba ang napuproduce nating electricity? Okay, given the amount of steam consumption. So yan yung kailangan nating i-consider while we are doing the design, no, ng ating power plant. Okay? Siyempre meron yan tinatawag nga nating associated installation cost. Diba? Hindi naman pwedeng dinala lang yung equipment doon sa site, no? Nag-ooperate na siya. So meron tayong mga installation na gagawin, no? I-incorporate mo, i-integrate mo ang one equipment to another, no? To run the process. Did you get my point? Naiintindihan ka ninyo? No? So, may installation cost tayong di-define. No? Okay? So, usually, ang mga suppliers ng mga equipment ang nag-i-install. No? Sila yung nag-check niyan, sila yung nagtetest, and then may mga commissioning tayong tinatawag, and afterwards, ito turn over na dun sa mismong owner ng power plant. Okay? Okay, may mga trial test run tayong ginagawa. So, and so forth. Okay? So, of course, yung overhead charges, which will include the transportation cost, yung stores and storekeeping charges, interest during construction. So, malawak yung coverage ng initial cost. And this initial cost, ito yung majority, no? Ito yung bulk ng iyong fixed cost or capital expenditures. Okay? Plus, of course, to include yung rate of interest, depreciation cost, taxes, and insurance. Bakit ba tatanong mo maaari, sir, bakit po ba merong rate of interest? Siyempre, ang assumption mo dyan, may investor ka. No? Yung investor, usually, will invest his money, pero yung perang gagamitin niya, usually, borrowed dyan from the bank. No? So, may interest rate dyan. So, babayaran din niya yun. Okay? So, kaya merong interest rate. Of course, yung depreciation cost natin, after 10 years, ano nang nangyari dun sa iyong equipment. No? Kaya ini-evaluate din natin. Part ng ating assets. Nagkakaroon na ng depreciation yung iyong mga equipment. Pag marami ng beses na repair, marami ng beses na nag-ooperate siya, nare-reach na niya yung kanyang maximum life, no? So, kailangan mo ng palitan. Okay? So, depreciated na siya. After 1 year, 2 years, of course, meron na yung corresponding depreciation. No? So, kailangan mo ring i-take into account yun sa iyong analysis. No? Okay? Then, of course, yung operating cost natin. Yung operating cost natin, no, ito yung sinasabi nating operating expenditures. Okay? Sabi dito, it includes fuel cost, labor cost. Alin ba yung labor cost? Ito yung cost ng iyong manpower, yung pasweldo mo doon sa mga taong mag-ooperate ng iyong planta. Hindi naman pwedeng kahit pa ngayon ay computerized na, no, yung mga controls natin doon, yung monitoring, still you need, no, manpower. Hindi pwedeng wala. Okay? Yung magsusupervise, no? May mga skilled workers tayo doon. May mga technicians tayo. Siyempre, from time to time, there will be repairs and maintenance. Kaya kailangan nating i-consider yon. So, meron tayong manpower cost na binabayaran. Magkano ba ang total manpower cost? No, yung salary ng mga taong nagraran. Say, for example, for 1 month, meron kang 100 manpower doon to include your engineers hanggang doon sa pinakamababa, yung mga utilities natin. Okay? So, meron niyang kanya-kanyang level ng salary. No? Let's say, for example, yung isang plant manager ay earning 200,000 per month. Yung isang mechanical engineer, let's say, earning 50,000 per month. So on and so forth. No? Hanggang doon sa pinakamababa. Hanggang just sa janitor, babayaran ninyo yan. So yan yung labor cost natin. No? Halimbawa, may 10 kang operators. Meron kang halimbawa 10 control engineers. No? Meron kang supervisor. Meron kang maintenance engineer. Meron kang maintenance supervisor. Meron kang mga technician. Meron kang mga mechanics, etc. Okay? So yan yung mga binabayaran natin which will cover, no, the operating labor cost. Kaya part siya ng operating expenditures. Of course, yung cost ng fuel natin, no? Kailangan natin yan, no? Hindi magraran yung planta kung wala yung fuel natin. So for example, if you are going to use coal as your fuel, syempre kailangan alamin mo magkano na ba ngayon ang per kilogram of coal, no? At how much is needed, no? Let's say for example for 24 hours of operation, how much coal is needed or how many kilogram per hour of coal is needed. Okay? So babaanuhan mo halimbawa diyan magkano ba per halimbawa how much per kilogram of coal. No? So makikita mo doon yung cost ng fuel natin. Okay? Likewise, meron tayong tinatawag na maintenance cost, no? So dito yung maintenance cost napakahalaga, no? From time to time, kailangan mong i-check yung mga equipment mo. Lalagyan ng langis, lalagyan ng lubricants, no? Lalagyan ng mga check mo yung ano. So may maintenance cost yan, no? Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na regular maintenance activities, no? Yung preventive maintenance natin. Then of course yung supplies na ginagamit natin. Ano ba yung mga supplies? Siyempre, let's say yung oil, yung lubricants, no? Etc. etc. Supplies that are being used in the power plant. So yan yung mga nasa sa mga stores natin doon, nasa storage natin, tinitingnan natin doon. May supply ba tayo ng ganitong specs ng oil, no? May mga lubricants pa tayo on various temperature conditions, no? Then of course yung supervision, no? So diyan papasok na rin yung sa manpower. Okay, let's say meron tayong mga consultant na ini-incorporate or itinatap doon sa ating power plant. Let's say on the first year of operation, no? Mag-aano tayo ng mga consultant, no? Para doon sila yung mga, let's say for example, higit na nakakaalam doon sa operation ng mga equipment. Just in case magkaroon ng trouble, sila yung mag-define kung ano ang ating mga mitigation measures, kung ano yung mga actions na gagawin. No? So, supervision. So, meron pa ng mga yung consultants natin. Of course, yung mga operating taxes. So, from time to time, monthly, nagbabayad tayo ng tax. No? Meron tayong income. Saan ba nanggagaling yung income natin, by the way? No? Yun ang lalagyan natin ng tax. Saan nanggagaling yung income ng isang power plant? Nathaniel. Paano tayo nagkakaroon ng income sa power plant?
Doon po sa napoproduce na electricity, which is sinesell po natin sa mga
Nagbebenta natin sa mga power utilities. No? Dinadala natin yan sa sa distribution, then sa grid, and then pagbebenta. So doon tayo kumikita. May income ang power plant. So yung kada income sa sales mo, meron tayong tax na binabayaran sa government. Okay? So yan yung operating taxes which are being paid regularly. Kaya operating cost. No? Bukod yung taxes na part ng ating capital expenditures. Usually, yung mga taxes doon, yung mga tax ng mga equipment, pag kinuha natin sa ibang bansa, may mga custom tax tayo dyan, etc. No? So, iba yun. Yung operating taxes, papasok yun dun sa operating expenditures. Gets? Naintindihan baga kasi sa inyong chapter 4, yan ang kailangan ninyong alamin. No? Hindi pwedeng basta lang kayo nagkopya-kopya. Hindi ninyo maipaliwanag. Hindi ninyo pagka kayo nag-depend ng inyong capstone design project, hindi nyo maipaliwanag bakit kayo nagkaroon ng ganitong assumption, saan nyo kinuha, anong ibig sabihin nito. Yan, so nakadefine dito rate of interest, no? Magkano ba yung dinidefine nating interest rate per annum? Siya ba ay ina-apply mo as a simple rate or compounded, no? So iba yung ating pagko-compute. Magkano yung amortization mo, no? Monthly. Okay? Kasi binabayaran mo yan. So depreciation, so naririyan din yung straight line, so you can compute, no? Consider the method, percentage method, sinking fund, unit method. So ito yung na-discuss natin sa engineering economy, no, natin. So how to compute your depreciation cost. Okay, ito yung sinasabi nating deterioration ng mga equipment. Bumababa yung value niya due to corrosion, weathering, and wear and tear with use. Okay? Kung initially ang isang steam turbine mo nung binili mo ay siya, it cost $1 billion halimbawa, ay after 1 year of operation, hindi na siya 1 billion. No? Kasi nagkaroon na ng decrease ng value. No? Bumaba na yung kanyang market value. No? So, method, sinking fund method, kaya yan, unit method. Ito, operational cost natin. Yan, so part yan ay yung cost of fuel, labor cost, cost of maintenance and repairs, cost of stores other than fuel, supervision, and taxes. Okay? Yan, so nakadefine lahat dito yan. No? So, then meron pa rin tayong usually pag nire-report tayo ng tariff. Okay? And then we have to consider also yung demand, no? Yung energy consumed versus the total cost, no? And then the energy consumed versus the cost per unit. Okay? So dito, nakikita natin yung behavior ng ating relationship between the two variables. The energy consumed and the total cost, no? Which are being considered dun sa ating tariff analysis. Okay? So ito naman yung effect, no? Ano ba yung nagiging effect ng plant type dun sa fixed element? Land, building, equipment, installation, design, and planning. So makikita mo, part ng ating fixed element or fixed expenditures natin, yung design and planning. So, syempre, may babayaran ka rin mga mechanical engineers, babayaran ka rin mga structural engineers, etc. Kasi sila yung magde-design ng buong planta, no? Buong setup natin. So, part niya na ang ating fixed element, design and planning. Okay? Capital cost ng secondary distribution system, no? Inspection and maintenance, labor required, and cost of publicity. And investors profit, ito naman yung sa side ng investment ng investor natin. So syempre, pag pinababa natin yung initial investment ng planta, tataas yung profit, no? Pag tayo ay nag-select ng tamang generating units, yung capacity, tataas yung profit natin. Pag nira natin yung power plant at maximum possible load factor, tataas yung profit natin. In-increase natin yung efficiency ng fuel burning, no? Ang fuel cost ay mabababa, therefore tataas yung profit natin. Kanina na, ano ba yung mga variables that would affect the profitability of your investment? Kaya pwede natin gamitin itong mga variables na ito in doing your sensitivity analysis, yung spider diagram natin. Okay? And then, pag sinimplify natin yung operation ng power plant so that fewer power operating men are required, so nalelessen yung number ng manpower natin. Pag nalesen natin yung number ng manpower, it would lessen the manpower cost or the labor cost, no? Bababa yung ating operating cost, would likewise increase the profit, no? Sabi nga dito, by installing the power plants near the load center as possible, siyempre mas mataas yung sales natin, tataas yung ating income, tataas yung profit natin. Transmission and distribution losses, pag maliit yung losses lang natin, then of course it would create more profit. No, lumalaki kasi yung ating energy generated that can be sold to your customers, no? Pag mababa lang yung ating transmission and distribution losses. So, of course, ito yung tinatawag nating optimization. Ino-optimize natin yung operation. Ino-optimize natin yung mga different variables, no? Meaning, it could be usually minimization at the same time maximization. Alin ba dito ang minamaximize natin? Yung efficiency, yung number of generating units, we maximize the load factor. No, alin naman yung minimize natin? Yung cost, lahat ng cost, initial investment, fuel cost, maintenance cost, no? Pag if there is minimization of this cost, no, it would relate to the increase in investors' profit. Okay? Ayan yung goal natin. Kaya meron tayong economic analysis. We wanted to know the profitability of the investment, of our investment. Okay? So, of course, yung economics ng plant selection, no? The power plant should be reliable. Yung reliability ng supply natin. If you can recall, dun sa ating selection of the number of generating units and the operating schedule, no? Ang ini-ensure natin yung reliability ng supply. The reason why, pag nag-identify tayo or nag-define tayo ng operating schedule, we make it a point na for a certain period of time, there is a generating unit that is operating. Hindi pwedeng mawawala yung supply. Okay? Hindi pwedeng mawala yung supply. Maybe if you have your 3 generating units, no? Merong i-stop ka, merong kang i-start, no? Pero merong isang talagang siya ay 24 hours operating. Okay? Yan yung isa nating tinitingnan, no, in terms of power supply reliability. Hindi pwede na nagkakaroon tayo ng gap, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng power interruptions. Okay? So economic ng power selection, power generation, okay? Selecting equipment of longer life and power capacities, running the power station at high factor, increasing the efficiency, carrying out proper maintenance of power plant equipment, keeping proper supervision, using a plant simple design, and of course, yan ang sinasabi natin na ma malelesen natin, no, yung cost per kilowatt hour generated, no? Yun ang inaano natin. For every kilowatt hour na na-produce natin, how much would be the cost, no? To include everything, no? To include everything. Okay? Yan. So makikita mo, investment which represents your efficiency and the actual cost. So fixed cost, siyempre increasing siya. Then of course, operating cost, pwedeng pababa siya. And then this would be your total cost. Sabi nga natin, your total cost is basically your fixed cost or capital expenditures and the operating expenditures. And of course, we are done with the load curve. Sabi nga natin, yung load curve ang nagiging basis natin, no? So pag-determine ng ating plant capacity. Yan. So tingnan ninyo itong ating ano dito. Usually, dito lang, please take note na yung ating currency ginagamit dito is Indian rupee. So, wag mo nang intindihin ito. No? So, you just consider yung value. Okay? Kasi ito ay Indian rupee yung ating ano. Okay? So, determine the thermal efficiency of a steam power plant. It is coal bill per annum using the following data. Okay? Maximum demand, 24,000 kilowatt. Load factor, 40%. Boiler efficiency, 90%. Turbine efficiency, 92%. Coal consumption, 0.87 kilogram per unit. Price of coal is 280 per ton. Let's say 280 pesos per ton or dollars per ton. So walang problema yun, regardless of the unit. Okay? So you're going to take a look on the thermal efficiency, okay, which is equal to boiler efficiency times the turbine. Take note, turbine efficiency. So, ang iyong thermal efficiency is 0.83. Ang load factor mo, given the average load over the maximum demand, we can compute for the average load. No, load factor is 0.4 times 24,000 kilowatt. So, ito yon. And energy generated per year. So, we can compute now the cost of coal per year. Okay? So, ito dinidivide lang kasi yung kanilang cents ay piece. So, divided by 1,000. Okay? So, yun yung ating nagiging cost. Okay? Cost ng coal per year. Cost of fuel per year. Okay? Nakita ninyo? Are you still there? Oh, yung number 2. Oh, inyong ang tingnan yung number 2. So itong number 2 natin is this is megawatt, hindi milliwatt. Megawatt, 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 megawatt. Okay, paki-correct. Okay. So average load 0.5 times 50, no? No? So ito yung maximum demand 50 megawatt. Okay? And then energy generated, average load times your number of hours in year. We can compute for the demand factor and then the diversity factor. Okay? So, ito lahat ay megawatt. No? Hindi siya milliwatt. Yan. Okay, so take note. Diversity factor is greater than 1 always. No? And your demand factor is less than 1, which is 0.86, which is correct. Okay? And then, of course, meron dito tayo example number 3. No? So, again, disregard the currency. No? So that would be steam power plant. The capital cost of power generation equipment is 25 times 10 to the fifth, say US dollar. The useful life of the plant is 30 years and salvage value of the plant to 1 times 10 to the fifth US dollar. Okay. Determine the sinking fund method, the amount to be saved annually for replacement if the rate of annual compound interest is 6%. No? So compounded siya. No? So pwede nating compute yung A natin, the amount to be saved per year for replacement. No? So binigay naman dito yung capital cost natin. Of course, yung salvage value, useful years, useful life ng isang equipment. So ito part ng ating economic assumptions ito. No? 30 years ang useful life. And then compounded yung ating interest rate. Okay? So we can compute this one. Okay, paki-check. No, nariyan pa ba kayo? You get your calculator. Okay, so try to take a look on example number 4. Basta ako nagkaklase Aida ha.
Naman nga ako doon sa
Wala mo.
report hindi na kahit late siya ay magagayon. Mabait sila nasa kanila pa nakaano na. Pag-out sa kanila na yung bahay, ay bakit kay claim sila? Eh, pagka-online ngayon ng bata, hindi sila, wala pa silang instructor. Eh paano? Parang hindi, anuhan yun. Ay, parang mabibilang mo siya daliri ang lahat ay sa din sa kuha na time out.
Kagaya ka natin. Maga pa sa lamok tayo dito. Takot na takot tayo.
Kaya nga, oh.
Bago gayon ang kanilang mga attitude.
Ay, ang mga meron ka na talagang lahat yung cellphone ng gamit.
Okay. Hmm. So meron ditong no, so you have to take a look on this example problems, okay? And then here at the end of this chapter, no, meron ditong numerical problems as part of your assessment. So you solve problems 12, 13, 14, and 15, no? And then ito'y assignment ninyo 16, 17, 18, 19, no? So hanggang 15 ang isosolve ngayon ninyo. You submit online, then lahat dapat ng mga hard copy should be submitted during face-to-face. Then meron kayong isinasubmit pa ngayong required kayo mag-submit ng inyong capstone design project. Take note. Yan. So inyong gawin yan ngayon. Yung inyong capstone design project is very important doon sa pag-determine ng ating plant capacity. Take note. Ang location, yung customers, yung plant cycle diagrams. Okay. For 3 design options, huwag kayong basta mangopia. Pagka yun na-detect ko na kayo nangongopia, pauulit ko sa inyo. No? Tatapusin ninyo yung inyong capstone design project na yun, and then the end of semester, you go back to zero. Kaya kayo nakita kong nangopia.
Punta ka na doon. Ay, hindi maglalabas hanggat hindi tapos yung unang batch.